If I pull that off, will you die?
It would be extremely painful.
You're a big guy.
For you.
Yeah, WWE Backlash France coming from Lyon. We got match number 1 with Kevin Owens, Randall Keith Orton versus Solo Sikoa and Tama Tonga in what's supposed to be a normal tag team match, right?
Initially, yeah.
Yeah, so all the guys, they come out and they start beating the shit out of each other. You get a brawl right off the bat before the bell even rings. And spills out of the ring. Magnus, good old Nick Aldis, comes out. And while the officials are trying to break up the fight, he comes out and says that we're going to make this a no disqualification. All right, let me crack open a tea here. My camera needs to fucking refocus. There we go. So good guy Nick Aldis says that it's going to be a no disqualification match, which right away I think is going to work in favor of the Bloodline. I don't think that's going to help Kevin Owens and Randall Orton as much. But they get back to fighting in the crowd. Owens hits like that little mini frog splash on Tama Tonga from the barricade. That was impressive, dude. That's not a lot of room to do something in. And like, you know, Kevin Owens is a bulky guy. So for him to just hit his little mini frog splash from the barricade was pretty fucking sweet. That was nice. And the two teams paired off in the crowds. It's kind of hard to do a play-by-play there. They're just brawling in the crowds. You see shit going on. Everybody's cheering and all that. Then
that was when Randy jumped up on the barricade, like he was going to do something, and then he just stepped down and like kicked somebody, right?
Yeah. So after Kevin Owens gets up on the barricade, hits a little mini frog splash, Randy gets up on the barricade and like teases like he's gonna jump off, and then it's like, nah, I ain't doing that shit. And everybody kind of cheered and laughed. And yeah, it was pretty good. Like he didn't do anything, and everybody just kind of laughed about it. Then Tama Tonga gets slammed onto the table. Solo gets a DDT on the stairs from Kevin Owens. That was pretty good. Of course, he's Samoan, so he has like a +5 against any kind of fucking head damage. Then Randy goes under the fucking ring and he killed Tama with a trash can. Like, fuck, dude. He smashed him with that thing. And then he hands Kevin Owens a kendo stick. He hits Solo Sikoa with it, and then he levels him with a trash can. So just trash cans all over the place. Then you get RKO and KO pulling tables out from underneath the table. You get the Kevin Owens fucking crotch chop because everybody's all about sucking it these days. And then he hits a frog splash through the table on Tama Tonga. So you've already got like two little frog splashes from Kevin Owens. Solo hits Randy with an uppercut and then a Samoan drop through a table in the ring. You get Tama and Solo double taming on Kevin Owens while Randy's outside recovering. They drop Owens with a stick, hit a big hip attack in the corner from Solo. And then you get Tama grabbing the trash can lid and just fucking just bends it all over Owens' head. But he kind of comes out of the corner and counters with a spear on Tama when he was coming up with the trash can. And then Solo stops him. Gets the trash can, hits Kevin with it, so he's down. What I made a note about the "Not My Tribal Chief" sign in the crowd. It's pretty good. It's a big fucking sign, "Not My Tribal Chief." Tama Tonga goes outside, gets a table. Kevin tosses him out of the ring, and then Sikoa attacks him in the corner with a fucking headbutt. You get an Owens reverse. And he throws Solo into the table in the corner. And then you get Tama coming back in. Fucking hits him with a clothesline. Randy finally recovers. Comes in. He does like his greatest hits. Like he... You know what I mean? He hits the fucking power slam. He gets him on the fucking ropes for the DDT and shit like that. He does all of his shit. And he gets ready for the RKO. I thought it was gonna get reversed, but he actually hit it. Yes. And Solo Sikoa saved Tama Tonga.
That was the exchange where Randy like dodges the garbage can, right? And then there were a few steps. There were a few steps after that result in the RKO, but like.
Yeah.
It would have been way cooler if just the garbage can dodge was immediately turned into, or the chair, right? The chair dodge was immediately turned into
the chair.
RKO.
Yeah, the chair. Yeah, I know, because we commented on that, how if he would have just hit the fucking RKO out of nowhere, instead of hitting his like combination of signature moves and then hitting the RKO, yeah, I would have liked that better. So that was pretty cool. Then Solo hits Randy with like a bunch of fucking headbutts, tosses him outside, clears the announcer's table. And I didn't like this. This is Solo Sikoa is on the table with Randy Orton. Like, pick him up, drop him with a fucking Samoan drop, something. Like, what is the point of standing on a table, like, taunting with your spike? I'm gonna spike this guy and he's gonna fall on this table. I don't get it.
You were thinking about it too long. You weren't. And like maybe it was just the taunt that allowed you to think about it that long, but yeah, they got him on the table so that it could be countered into the RKO through the table, and the table didn't break. Why they got on the table in the first place?
Yeah, like within
so that it could
kayfabe,
be countered, of course.
Yeah, like real life, obviously you have to have a reason to be on the table, but like at least have Solo go. I mean, like he doesn't have to do a signature move or a finisher on the table. He could do a pile driver. Like a pile driver on a fucking table is going to be much more devastating than like a Samoan spike. Like Samoan spike is going to be just as effective anywhere else as it's going to be on a, you know what I mean? Like you could have just stood outside, not made the effort of standing up on the table, and you just fucking spike them.
I mean, or build. I mean, and this is whatever. This doesn't matter. But like, lay it out in a way where like we understand it because we know what was going to happen. Like if he had regularly done the spike and then he climbed a turnbuckle and like did a splash onto somebody after spiking them.
Oh yeah.
Then we could, okay, he's going to spike him on the table and then do a splash through the table.
That would have been perfect. That's a 100% valid reason to pull someone up on a table. You spike them. Randy's unconscious on the table, and then you big splash like even from the apron through the table would be fine. It doesn't have to be from the top rope. I mean, it's still going to be devastating. Because story, did the table kill his parents? No, it didn't, unfortunately. So yeah, while Solo is taunting him and he's going to spike him, Randy hits RKO out of nowhere, which looked brutal because the table didn't break. So that was rough. That was dude. Then Tama Tonga eats like so many chair shots from Kevin Owens. Meanwhile, Kevin Owens is stacking all of the chairs to like create a table next to each other. And like in between, every time he put a chair down, he's just like, wham, like another chair shot, sets it up, grabs another chair, wham, like it was just banger after banger after banger. And like great.
That for, you know, as far as like storytelling or whatever, that's, you got to set up 4 chairs in this very particular fashion because you're about to smash through them.
Yeah,
it makes sense that you're like, all right, well, nobody's gonna stay down this long, so I'll just hit him once with
it makes sense. It's like the total opposite of the guys who take like forever to climb the ladder. It was like, well, this guy's gonna recover if I just let him lay here, so like smash him with a fucking chair and set the chair up. So that was pretty good. I liked that. Then Kevin Owens got up top. Tama gets up top to like reverse him, and Owens fights him off. At first I thought Kevin Owens was like gonna just push him off through the chairs like very safely. No. Well, relatively safely. I mean, you're falling into fucking chairs. But instead, he picks up Tama Tonga and does like a twisting fisherman buster through the fucking chairs. Like in my notes I have Jesus. Like that was rough.
Well, and Kevin does that top rope fisherman suplex like fairly frequently, but yeah, through the chairs is you just don't expect that's going to be the move. You think like, all right, well, going through these chairs is going to suck, so we're going to do something real light, but it'll still be impressive.
Yeah, I mean, you could just someone could be in the ring, standing on the ground, and just pick someone up and scoop slam them through chairs. I mean, you still fucking went through metal chairs. Like, that sucks. So, from like, you know, the middle rope, with a Fisherman Buster. Like, that was crazy, dude. And then that's when we get the surprise reveal of Tama Tonga's brother, Tonga Loa. He shows up, hits Randy and Kevin Owens both with the steel steps. Everyone's freaking out because, interference. I think a little bit earlier you had said how the bloodline's not a real bloodline because there's only 2 people.
Yeah.
So this is where they solidified that they're the new bloodline. And then Solo hits a slam. He does the he does like a fucking the one-arm suplex slam, kind of like Samoa Joe does on Kevin Owens through the onto the chair. Just bends the shit out of the chair, hits him with a spike, and Bloodline wins. It was a solid opening, man. What do you give this out of 5 stars?
Well, and with Tongaloa showing up, I guess that was like one. I guess that didn't like leak or anything. Nobody expected that because everybody did expect Jacob Fatu to be like the new inductee into the Bloodline. Oh yeah. So that's probably a new 4th member still coming.
Could be, yeah.
But I mean, surprises are fun, especially when like it isn't what everybody expects, or like specifically isn't. Like it's just, hey, here's a surprise nobody knew about. Cool. But also when people thought somebody was going to show up and somebody else showed up instead, also still cool.
Yeah, surprise.
And it was just a hell of a match.
Yeah, I thought the pacing was really fast. Like the beginning of the match where they're just brawling in the crowd, that's always kind of gonna drag. Just because it's hard to focus on both sets of people fighting in the crowd, and they're just out there punching each other and stuff. But other than that, dude, everything was like very quickly paced. I thought it was a pretty good job, especially when you've got a veteran like Randy in there, and everything was moving at a good pace.
The Bloodline needed to win to like remain relevant, and they did. And they also look strong by winning because they have increased their numbers, and they beat the team of Randy Orton and Kevin Owens. That's not nobody's.
No, you look strong.
I mean, I am, at least for now, still interested in like where they're going, what they're doing. Like Paul Heyman is just this poor little like prisoner.
Yeah, he's just being drug along.
He doesn't know why he's there anymore, but he's too afraid to leave.
Yeah.
So
agreed. He was Roman's wise man. I don't really see Solo like taking advice from him.
Oh, he's not at all.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, and I don't see it happening in the future. So like, what's Paul Heyman doing there? Like you said, I feel like he's trapped. Can't go anywhere.
He's just still kind of the mouthpiece for them.
Yeah.
Whenever so you don't watch general WWE. A couple weeks ago, Kevin Owens was supposed to be in a match or something, and like his music starts playing, and he just comes out fucking blood all over the place, just bleeding from the head because Tama Tonga beat the shit out of him. And eventually, after that like gets cleared up, they go out back, and Nick Aldis is yelling at Paul Heyman because there's just 2 cars crashed into each other, and it's supposed to be how the Tama Tonga Kevin Owens thing started, where Tonga just fucking crashed into him, dragged him out of the car, and beat the hell out of him. So Nick Aldis is like holding Paul Heyman responsible for everything that the Bloodline does. It's like Paul Heyman can't stop him. So what are we doing here?
Yeah.
But
Samoans have a history of hitting people with vehicles, by the way.
Yeah.
It was me, Austin. Anyways. So what do you give the match out of 5 stars?
Probably 4. Like, I really have no complaints about it, but it wasn't like the best thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, no, 4 is good, and especially first match of the night. I think it did a good job progressing the storyline. Like I said, the pacing was pretty well. There was some big fucking spots during the match, which I thought were done really well. They made great use of it being a no disqualification match. You had everything being used in the fucking match, so I think they did a great job. So yeah, solid. Like I said it before, I'll say it again. Solid opening to the night. For match number 2, we get a triple threat for the women's title. Naomi, the power of the glow, versus Bailey, and versus Tiffany Stratton. I didn't think that Bailey was going to lose this, but Tiffany Stratton's getting that belt sometime in the near future. This was a great showcase for her. Like, it'll be Tiffy time everywhere very soon.
My hopes and realistically my expectations for this were very simple. Like you said, Bailey's not gonna fucking lose it this early, and whatever happened, as long as Naomi didn't win, I was happy, and preferably, specifically, Naomi loses.
Wow,
and
you just
all of
hate Naomi.
all of that is exactly what happened. Yeah, Naomi sucks. Straight up. I'm not even gonna I'm not even playing. I hate Naomi.
Okay. So, pretty early on in the match, you get Naomi dropping out into the fucking splits, and she gets countered by Tiffany Stratton doing a back handspring. So, like, already you're like, oh, you're supposed to be the speedster, fucking athletic one in the ring, and you're getting shown up by Stratton. That was pretty cool. But I did like that when Naomi like ran at her, she did that like cool ass knee slide counter thing. But then it seems like she was kind of like just stuck there, or maybe celebrated too long.
It was cool in the moment, but as soon as like the moment was over, it wasn't actually over because it continued way too long.
Yeah, like she just ran and slid on her knees to like go under the attack, which was cool. But then it was like, oh, this is where I live now. And meanwhile, Bailey just runs over and like fucking kicks her.
They just casually mail her a kick to the head.
Yeah, it was pretty good. And then you get Bailey goes to like sunset flip over Naomi, and Naomi like lowers her center of gravity by doing the splits. And Tiffany Stratton just runs full force and just shotgun fucking drop kicks Naomi in the chest. That was pretty good too. I liked that. And then so Naomi's on the outside. Stratton was hitting Bailey with just like strikes and was choking her on the rope. Typical heel shit. I think it was pretty good. She did a good job. Like the storytelling of her being egotistical and this is my time. She kept doing the Tiffy time, fucking, you know, the taunt. I think she did a good job like working the crowd during the match. So, as well as just performing well wrestling in the ring. So she's definitely got like a bright future ahead of her.
Mm-hmm.
You get Tiffany hitting the back handspring fucking elbow. And Bailey catches her like into the slam. That was pretty cool. And then she hits Stratton hits that cartwheel into the Alabama slam. The first time she did it, it was kind of sloppy. I think you commented on that, right?
Yeah, it's a really cool move. I really like the setup to get into it and then do the slam. It's just I guess I'm gonna blame the other person 90% of the time, where because Tiffany does the cartwheel into it, and then the other person has to cartwheel like out of it, so now they are on her back, and it just the other person's part of it always looks so sloppy. It's never smooth. I
feel like cartwheeling into someone's grasp, like you're gonna have a tough time to always have your legs like straight. Like cartwheeling into someone grabbing you is just, man, you got to be pretty precise, or it doesn't look that great. So it was a little sloppy. It was better later on. But yeah, she does the cartwheel into the Alabama slam, and then Naomi does like a pretty sweet ass tackle through the ropes, which was pretty fucking dope. And then there was the Stratton recovers and she hits the back handspring. She did that back handspring elbow like what, 3 or 4 times in the match?
Yeah, once in the ring, I think once to get countered, and once like into the barricade.
Yeah, into the barricade. Naomi. This is where she gets Naomi and does like the back handspring momentum elbow like into the barricade. That looked pretty rough. And then Bailey.
I almost would have bought it if they did like the pin pull and the barricade broke at that. Like she hit her hard.
Oh yeah, she did, man. Like she had a lot of momentum. Just she fucking nailed her. What was really nice too is it was a pretty quick chain of events where tackle through the ropes. She recovers, gets her on the barricade, flips at her, hits her, turns around, and then Bailey fucking just creams her with a suicide dive through the ropes.
And then that was like immediately followed up by a what the hell, like sliced bread or whatever the fuck that move's called. Yeah,
you put some respect on Buff Bagwell's finisher.
No.
Yeah, she gets the Buff Blockbuster from Naomi from the barricade. So yeah, that was really cool. So that was the next thing I was gonna hit is that whole sequence of events, man. Just tackle through the ropes, handspring into the elbow, suicide dive from Bailey on Stratton, and then Naomi, while Bailey was recovering, flips over, hits the Blockbuster on the outside, like from the barricade. Pretty impressive, man. Not bad at all. Then getting Bailey back in the ring, Naomi hit a split leg moonsault. That's where I was joking that she was going to bust out Starship Pain next. So yeah, the split leg moonsault in the ring looked good. And then there was the bulldog into the turnbuckle from Naomi as well. Mm-hmm. So I was saying, how didn't the Miz used to do that? But yeah, picked her up. Bulldogs her face first into the turnbuckle, sits on the ropes. You get a little bit of a taunt, and then I don't remember how she got there, but she did that walking power bomb on Tiffany Stratton. I don't know if she went to like jump over her or something like that. Like somehow it was countered, and she picked her up and just walked her to the middle of the ring and dropped her in a power bomb.
Yeah, wasn't it some kind of a sunset flip situation setup? Because I don't remember her picking her up, but whatever. Maybe she was like, yeah. So yeah, either way, man, she hoisted her up, walked her without really any effort, and just fucking dropped her for a 2 count. So that was pretty good. Then you got Bailey with the fucking back-to-back release sunset flips into the corners. Like she ran and flipped over and used the momentum to like sunset flip, power bomb, Irish whip both of them into the corners. Like that was pretty cool. But when she did it to Naomi, then she went to do it to Tiffy, and she reversed it, but then Bailey gets her up, picks her up, Bailey to belly for a 2 count, which she was all surprised about. And then that's when they roll outside, and that's where I think it was Naomi first, where Tiffy did the cartwheel into the Alabama Slam. Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So they Naomi reversed it and cartwheeled, so they like kept cartwheeling, and that was kind of cool. Usually that's only stuff I see in like New Japan. But eventually, Tiffany came up with a win, and Alabama slammed her on the fucking table. That looked rough. Then she caught Bailey, pulled her out of the ring, up on her shoulders. Alabama slammed her on the table as well. Like that was, man. That was rough. So they were both down. She rolls them both in the ring. Both Naomi and Bailey are in the middle of the ring, and Tiffy's gonna go for the prettiest moonsault ever. But she missed, but she missed perfectly, man. Like she's landed right the fuck on her feet. And then that's when she ran at, I believe it was Naomi that picked her up. Wait, there's a wrestler named Alabama? No, it's a move called the Alabama Slam construct. It was used by Hardcore Holly a lot in the WWE. So yeah, that's where... So Tiffy does the prettiest moonsault ever, lands on her feet, totally like rolls, fucking off of the miss. Runs at Naomi, gets picked up, and Bailey grabs her, and they drop her in a fucking 3D.
It was this very unique, like I've never seen it before, move. I think it was like a double team neck breaker.
Shut up. I was so mad when Michael Cole's like, a double team neck breaker. I was like, bitch, I know Bubba Ray Dudley was at home, like the Leonardo DiCaprio meme, just like pointing, like 3D. Like, yeah, dude, you hit our fucking finisher. It was so cool though. But yeah, and then it was Naomi goes for like a little small package on Bailey. Bailey reversals it, and she just gets a quick roll up, just counters Naomi's small package, and rolls her up for the win. So I'm a little bummed out about like the anticlimactic nature of a quick roll up, but in this case, I'm not mad at it. Like, I don't mind when it's done well, and I thought this was done pretty well. Hi, everyone else. What's up, Slim Jim? How you doing, buddy? Anything else you want to add, or you want to give me your thoughts, score on the match?
Nah, I mean, it was. I mean, no, it was a solid match.
Yeah.
It was one of those where, like, it's hard to be invested because Bailey's not going to lose the belt this soon. But like, if she was, are they going to give it to Tiffany this soon? Also, no. So either nothing changes the status quo by the end of this match, or somehow Naomi wins and like now I'm mad. So it was a very like, well,
wow.
This was a match.
Yeah, I thought it was a solid match. You get the friendship of Bailey and Naomi. They're still buddies after the match. It was ha ha ha, you got me this time. I thought that was pretty good. Like, they're still buddies. It was a good showcase for Tiffany Stratton. Really, all three competitors were going at it the whole time. It wasn't like, oh, me and Naomi are friends, so we're gonna, tag team Tiffy. So that was done pretty fucking well. Overall, what do you give the match out of 5?
Probably a 3. Like, it wasn't incredible.
That's what I'm at too. Yeah, I feel like there wasn't
like,
a lot of stakes.
It deserves better than a 2. So.
Yeah, I thought it was above average. If 2.5 is average, I give it a solid 3. I was surprised with the amount of time that was given to the match. I haven't looked at like what the official time was, but it felt like they had enough time to get their shit in. And it was a pretty solid match.
Again, this entire pay-per-view was only 5 matches, so like nobody should have been shortchanged as far as like, hey, we need to wrap it up kind of situations.
Yeah, I thought it was a good showcase of their skills, and I thought it was like a good solid defense for Bailey to build off of. Okay, so match 3, yeet, fucking Jey Uso versus bisexual Undertaker Damian Priest.
What did you say the first guy's name was?
Oh, sorry, main event Jey Uso.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
I think
I have to call him main event Jey Uso?
I mean, that's his name.
Sorry, my bad. It's like Dr. Britt Baker, DMD.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry. My bad. Let me change to my notes here, too. All right. Match number 3. Main event Jey Uso versus bisexual Undertaker Damian Priest. Yeeting everywhere, man. I'm not a huge fan of... I like his performance in the ring most of the time. I like the work being put in. I am not a fan of Yeet. Just whatever, but I am apparently not the majority. The crowd fucking loves it. That fucking crowd was on fire. And I'll mention it again later on, but just overall, the crowd in Lyon, France was... They were fucking loud, dude. They were very into every match. Every fucking match. The 1-2 Sacre Bleu, like, then they go into a song that's 5 minutes long. It's fucking crazy, man. They were, like you said, they were doing like full-time work. Like they were all night. It was crazy.
And just the amount of them, because it's not like it's the 10 guys and like sometimes they get everyone around them worked up, sometimes not. It was the whole crowd the whole night. Yeah,
everyone in the crowd was like 110%. What was the name of the event again? It was WWE Backlash France. Which I kind of mentioned it to Paul that I was a little like thrown off because usually they don't put the names of the places where they're at in the pay-per-view, but this was also their first time in France, and so yeah, whatever, that's fine. So yeah, the whole Yeet thing was like over just day one, loose. Like yeah, everyone in the fucking crowd was losing their goddamn minds. I haven't seen so many phone lights in an arena since like Bray Wyatt. Like everyone was fucking feeling the shit. So yeah, more power to them. I'm glad they enjoyed it. Eating was everywhere. Priest comes out in his cool ass Undertaker cosplay, his fucking sweet ass patent leather sleeveless trench coat straight out of the Matrix. Like, he looks like a creative character from like the late 90s, early 2000s, like in the best way possible. I mean that. Like, he looks like that amalgamation that the edgy boy like you, Paul, puts together using all of the Undertaker and Kane's clothing options.
Yeah. He looks like his gimmick is that he's a Hellraiser.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and then he takes off the Matrix coat, the sleeveless Matrix coat, one of Edge's old jackets that he took the sleeves off of,
and he's just wearing like a reskinned Kane costume.
That's all it is. Like, this guy grew up watching wrestling in the 90s and is like, I'm just gonna take my creative character into the ring, and that's gonna be my persona. Which I'm not mad at.
His mom.
Yeah. Next pay-per-view we see him at, he's gonna come up through a ring of fire like the Brood. He's gonna have the goblet and like drink the blood and spit it, and it's gonna be awesome. Just take everything. Every gothic wrestler, just steal all their shit. I'm for it. We get a slow start to the match because it's literally just main event Jey Uso turning to each side of the crowd and putting his hands up and yeet to like every crowd, much to the dismay of Damian Priest.
Who is like, obviously he's hating it, but he's also like, he's trying to be like a face champion.
Yeah, he's kind of just laughing it off.
Like, he's not doing any like cheap shots or hey, shut the hell up or anything. Like, he's letting Jay do it, but like he's so fucking annoyed by it.
Yeah, he's just kind of like, okay, all right, and he's just yeah, everyone's eating me. Okay, whatever, it's fine. So Damian Priest goes to hit Jay. He fucking misses and like falls out of the ring. Like, he goes to like clothesline him, goes over the top, low bridge shit.
Yeah, this would be a France event on Saturday.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the event in France. You got it, Parka. Sorry, I missed that. So that's when he catches main event Jey Uso and tosses him into the barricade, which was pretty fucking sweet. They get back in the ring, and fucking Priest just punches the goddamn taste out of main event Jey Uso's mouth with a big right hand. That was like a big smack. Pace in this match was really fucking slow, especially in the beginning of the match. Priest gets Uso in the corner.
Was the punch you're talking about an actual punch, or was that the like Superman forearm he does?
No. That was just a big fucking right hand.
Okay.
Yeah, he just smacked the shit out of him. And then that's when he gets him in the corner and he hit that big jumping back elbow. And then he immediately, almost in Undertaker-like fashion, like he hits him with the big elbow, recoils out of that, immediately hits the ropes, and comes back with like the big Superman forearm. I called it the Phenom forearm. So, nailed it. Bailey defeats Naomi and Tiffany Stratton in 13:40. So yeah, I mean a 13.5-minute match, not bad. Better than a 7-minute match. So yeah, then he hits him with a big Phenom forearm. That's when I realized that Damian Priest is wearing Air Jordan 13s. Not a big deal to anybody else, but like, I like it. He's wearing black and red Air Jordan 13s. Those are my favorite house slippers. So yeah, 13s are comfy as shit. As he's recovering from that, Jey Uso hits like a huge super kick, but it was to like Damian Priest's gut, which was weird. Like, I know he's tall, but you can hit a super kick on him. I don't know if he turned into it too fast or what, but either way, Jey Uso hits him with a big super kick to the gut. He does his little like fucking breakdance wave punches. Have I just missed him doing that?
Well, Rikishi did it, so he's got to do it.
Oh, okay. But like, have I just not seen him do it during a match? When did he adopt the breakdance punches?
I think they did it back in like tag teams even. It's just not an all the time thing.
Okay, so it's a special event thing.
Yeah, it's kind of like Cody with the bionic elbow. He hates it, but like
he hits it every match though, dude. He always does the snap jabs into the fucking crotch
because
pole.
his dad's dead and he loves his dad, but he hates the move.
Oh, okay. But I mean, he sticks the fucking jabs. I've seen other people try and do that. Not everybody can pull it off. But yeah, so anyways, he does his little breakdance punches, and then, Jay hits the ropes, and Priest counters with a big old no. Sorry. JD McDonough distracts Uso, in the ropes, and then Priest hits a big old spear.
Is it a spear?
Yeah, or a tackle, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. Yeah, he did. Yeah. And then
Definitely not a gore.
No, definitely was not a gore, or he would have got the pin. So then you get JD eating a super kick. Then Damian Priest gets super kicked. And after the super kick, main event Jey Uso hits the splash for a 2. They're both on their knees, hitting each other, getting boo yeet. Crowd participation with each strike. Priest eats another super kick, and then he hits a big right.
At some point, I believe by now, Damian notices that JD's out there and gives him a fucking earful because he doesn't want them interfering. He wants to be like a face.
Yeah, like during
champion.
Yeah, like during their exchanges. Yeah. Big Head McDonough gets yelled at by Priest because he's like, I don't need your help. I got the power of the Brothers of Destruction coursing through my veins. I don't need your help. So yeah, this is where they have a cool exchange where Priest eats a super kick, then he hits his big right hand, but then Jay hits an enziguri kick to the back of the head. Priest recoils back, comes back, hits him with a big boot. So that was a neat little back and forth. What's up, Emto? How you doing? So it was a nice exchange back and forth, but after the big boot, Damian Priest has the advantage, picks up main event Jey Uso, hits a fucking razor's edge. Really, it was kind of out of nowhere. They're both kind of tired at this point, but I was still surprised because they were going at each other equally, striking, and after the big boot, he just picks him up, fucking razor's edge. I thought he was going to reversal out of it or something. No, he just hits the razor's edge. That was pretty good. Doesn't get a pin off of it, and then that's when Jay bounces off the ropes and he hits his awkward side spinning starfish spear thing.
Yeah, the spear that isn't a finisher.
Yeah, just the spear that bounces off of people. Really weird. He hits at such a weird angle. That's when you get Finn Balor coming out, and he comes out just to get super kicked. Finn Balor was a bitch.
And
Shit, I got an hour to catch up on afterwards.
Not the only way.
It's okay. I mean, we're only in match number 3 right now, Emto.
Oh, 5.
Yeah, exactly. In the full hour, we were doing other stuff anyways. So, yeah, after the little spear and then Finn gets super kicked, Priest hits a spear and then the South of Heaven chokeslam. And then you get Jay coming back with the Thunder in Paradise fucking kick, Jay gets hit by the fucking turning Thunder in Paradise kick from Priest, and he hits him with the first one, and he's like, rise one more time, and Jay gets up and he eats another turning kick from Priest, and that's when he's like, rise one more time, bitch. The shit dog during the match was pretty good. He goes for the third one, but he gets super kicked to shit. And then Jay hits another weird little turning spear. So yeah, and then he hits the splash, but Damian Priest got his foot on the rope. Somehow he dug deep and he put his foot on the rope with no help from anyone.
If you look closely, you can see that JD McDonough is the one who puts his foot on the rope.
I didn't see that.
You have to look dead in the center of the frame of the camera to see him.
I just chose not to see him. So you have to look plain in sight. You'll see JD McDonough's giant fucking head put his foot on the ropes. His giant bobblehead-like self put his foot on the ropes. So yeah, Priest has his foot on the ropes thanks to some guy that wants to be in Judgment Day. And then Jey Uso is not having that. Sorry, main event Jey Uso. He hits JD McDonough with a suicide dive. And then just runs out and hits fucking Finn Balor with a spear. Just once again, man, I commented on this during the match. Here. What's that?
Just fuck you for being here.
Yeah, like he dove through the ropes, hits JD McDonough and his massive head, and then just runs around the ring. And as Balor was still recovering from the super kick, because he's got the strength of a referee right now, he eats an awkward spear, and he's just done. So yeah,
it's funny because like by story, at this point, Priest still has no idea that Balor was even out there. He has never seen him.
Priest was down.
Put down in one move.
Yeah, Priest was down and incapacitated when Finn Balor got up on the apron and just ate a fucking super kick from main event Jey Uso. So yeah, like Damian Priest doesn't even know he's there. For all he knows, he's playing PlayStation in the back. Like, whatever. So he, as Jay was getting in the ring, I think he was going for another splash, and that's where...
Yeah, Priest catches him on the top rope,
Priest
right?
catches him on the top rope and hits him with the south of heaven, like way south of heaven off the top rope, and gets the 1, 2, 3.
Does he? I know he grabs him, and like JD's fucking with his feet, right? And he's like, "No, get out of here, JD." I don't remember the chokeslam coming from that, but maybe it did.
Yeah, he chokeslams him. Well, either way, he chokeslams him from the top rope and gets the win. What was interesting about this, the match itself was fine. I thought the pace was a little slow in the beginning. I didn't like all the taunting from main event Jey Uso, like the yeeting all fucking sides of the ring, dude.
Well, so like
it's a little much.
I know that you don't like Yeet, and like that's fine.
I don't like Yeet.
But like with this crowd, I feel like you're gonna do it because like they are super into it, so it's cool and fun for you, and also like you're kind of showcasing what the crowd overseas is capable of.
Man, the crowd was dead only one time on Saturday. It was with Priest coming in. That says something. I mean, the crowd was lit most of the fucking time, and I just think they were being quiet because they spend all their energy with eating.
Yeah.
I mean, am I wrong? Like, everyone's like everyone's doing this shit for like 5 minutes straight, and then they're fucking tired. Like,
and there isn't a lot of crowd participation in Damian Priest's entrance.
Yeah, there isn't. Right? He comes out. The
Grim Reaper Archer shoots the arrow across the screen. He walks down. Like, that's just what it is.
Yeah, that's it, dude. He just comes out like Amish Taker, and that's it. It's nice and quiet. Whatever. It's fine. Still champion. Whatever. He wins. I don't know. There's a very small list of wrestlers that I will accept taunting all four corners of the ring. Like, I like LA Knight, but I don't want LA Knight to start off a match coming down to the ring and looking at one side of the arena, yeah, and then the other side of the arena, yeah. You know what I mean? I don't want that. Like, if you're Austin and you want to hit all four corners and throw up the birds, cool. If you're Hulk Hogan and you want to throw up the ear, brother, to each side of the ring, you deserve that. Like, you're fucking Hulk Hogan. It's a small list. I know it's a nitpicky thing. It was a slow start to the match for me because of the Yeet thing, but I understand that's a me thing. It's really fucking over with the crowd, but if I had a nitpick in the match, it was that. The pacing was a little slow.
If LA Knight would have had a match, he would have done all four sides, though. So
probably, and you probably would have complained about it. Like, why did we have to take like a minute for this guy to taunt everyone? I would have
complained if he did a single side.
Okay, well, that's just because you hate LA Knight because you're a terrible fan.
Yeah.
I thought the crowd was a bit much, but I give those dudes credit. Have the same kind of energy. I can see why French soccer is always a win. Honestly, I don't think the crowd was a bit much, dude. It was a wild fucking crowd, but they were participating in every match. Like, they weren't just chanting CM Punk for no reason. They weren't doing what chants for no reason, you know? Like, they were participating with the people that were wrestling in the match. Like, even, I didn't even mention this, but they do the, I wanna know, ooh, like the Bailey song. Like, I don't love that one, but like they're doing it for Bailey, so that's fine.
I do agree. I don't remember what was happening, but specifically, one of the times a "This is awesome" chant started, and I was like, whatever just happened was like specifically not awesome. It was confusing. Oh yeah, it's the next match.
Yeah,
but this is a crowd that has never gotten WWE live, and they're having a great time, and I'm not gonna fault them for it.
So let them have their fun, Mto. Don't be a hater.
Yeah. Unless it's LA Knight, he sucks.
Oh, how dare you. So, what was interesting about this match is after the match, Priest, like, pushes JD McDonough, and then, like, Finn Balor is still trying to stomp main event Jey Uso, and then, that's where, like, Damian Priest manhandles Finn Balor, where he's like, that's enough, and, like, grabs him by his face. Like, what the fuck, dude? I don't care if you're supposed to be the leader of Judgment Day or whatever. Like, don't fucking grab my face like that. Like, that's a fight.
Banned from France.
Or was Dominic, is he hurt? Banned from France? Yeah, he's banned from France because he referred to French fries as such while they were getting some chicken tendies at a restaurant. So when he asked for some chicken tendies and French fries, they told him they don't serve French fries there, and he freaked out and got banned. That's a real story. I read about it on Wikipedia afterwards.
He has like an elbow or shoulder injury right now, so he's backstage for segments, but like he's not going to come out to the ring.
Yeah. So so the aftermath, they keep teasing like the dissension within the ranks of Judgment Day, and if anyone's going to pull away from Judgment Day, it'll be Damian Priest, because it does seem like what you were saying, Paul, that he's trying to be a man on his own and get a little bit more face push and all that. So what would you give the match out of 5 stars?
I don't know. I think, like, all in all, in the story that it was telling, I think it was better than the Bailey triple threat.
I
but
agree.
I don't want to go with 4 stars.
Nah,
so
me
it was
either.
just a better 3.
Okay. I'll
or
go,
a 3.5 if we can do that.
Yeah, I'll go with it. Yeah, we can give a half star. I don't give a shit. I'll go with a 3.5. I think that Jey Uso, well, I may not like main event Jey Uso and the yeeting and all that stuff right now. I appreciate his work in the ring. He's busting his ass. Clearly the gimmick is over with the crowd. Everyone was yeeting everywhere. And I thought Damian Priest looked great in his Kane Undertaker cast off fucking Create-A-Player cosplay. I thought that was cool. I'm always a fan. I'm going to give him a half a point just for wearing Air Jordan 13s. And I thought the storytelling of having the Judgment Day interfere with his match once again, even though they didn't cost him the victory, it was still interesting to see him pull them off of Jay after the match.
Would he have gotten the victory without them?
Yeah,
because they only showed up at points where like Jay could have gone for the pin.
Yeah, I mean, who knows if he would have been able to get his own foot on the ropes if it wasn't for JD. So as much as he's mad about JD and Finn Balor interfering with his match, JD's got a good argument. Like, you were fucking pinned, bro. I saved you. So this is going to be good future storytelling, I think, later on. I was being a hater in Discord. How very American of you. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I thought it was a pretty solid match. I'll give it a 3.5 out of 5 stars.
What Yeah, I mean, continue, but while that's happening, where do we go with Mto? Where do we go with Jey Uso from this point? Main event Jey Uso is constantly losing the main event.
Well, I mean, he wasn't in the main event. So he's still main event Jey Uso.
Every major title match is the main event.
I mean, he's aspiring to be main event. So I feel like it's a nickname that he's given himself and he's trying to live up to it. Tag team Jey Uso greater than main event Jey Uso? I mean, yeah. So. I agree with that. I mean, he's much stronger in a tag team than, like, he's not splitting off and becoming the Shawn Michaels to Jimmy's fucking Marty Jannetty. Yeah. That ain't happening.
They win in tag teams, so I guess there is that to say, but like I like him better like singles, but I mean, Jimmy was kicked out, so what do we, 3 months, does Jimmy come back from his crippling injury and they're just a tag team again? Like, what are we going to do with these guys?
I think they're going to reconcile at some point in time and have to be like, you're going to have to see a return to the tag team. I don't think this is one of those where like Shawn Michaels became a star after throwing Marty Jannetty through the fucking window and all that, and the Rockers were dead. Like, the Rockers were dead. Marty Jannetty never financially recovered from that shit. He was not a big star afterwards. Shawn Michaels shot into the main event. I don't think Jey Uso is ever going to shoot into the main event like that. I don't care how much he refers to himself as fucking main event Jey Uso. And I think eventually they're going to end up being a tag team again. I think this is a temporary thing.
And when they team up again, they're going to fight God? Who is God? What are we talking about?
I think Jimmy Uso's hurt. But when he's back, he'll go face and go against the God. The God. Or whatever they go by now. Yeah, who the fuck are you talking about there, Mto? Oh, Gorillas of Destiny? I watch New Japan Pro Wrestling. Yeah, but they're not Gorillas of Destiny. They're not. That's New Japan shit. Call them by their real names.
Steven and Douglas.
Yeah, they're WWE names. All right. So anyways, match 4. To move right along. I'm not happy about this match. I already knew it was going to happen. Whatever. We got the Kabuki Warriors, Asuka and Kairi Sane versus the Nation of Woman Nation, Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill. First off, Kabuki Warriors come out. They look like $1 million bucks. Asuka's got her like dead fucking zombie pumpkin jack-o'-lantern shit makeup on, which is great. Kairi Sane is like cosplaying one of the spider children from the forest in Demon Slayer and looks awesome with the dots all over her face. They look great. Even when Bianca Belair comes out, they're outside just dancing, and Kairi's just got her belt just like dancing with it. It's fucking hilarious. Jade Cargill comes out in her matching jacket and it instantly drops it. Her matching Bianca jacket, and like doesn't wear it to the ring. She just drops it immediately, which I think is stupid. We also both commented on this. There's a storm coming. I don't like the laugh. It's too long. The Mighty Mighty Boss Tones? Yes, exactly that construct. Triple H better push. Build it to the moon with HBK the way he's hating on Japanese this year. Stand back. Oh my god. Can you imagine that? Stand back. There's a hurricane coming through. Yeah. And then Jade comes out.
Stand back. Ha ha ha. There's a hurricane coming through.
Yeah, because wasn't it there's a storm ha 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 coming? Is that how it went?
I think so. The storm is coming. Maybe the laugh came at the end.
No, I just swear to God, I have to rewatch it, but I feel like the laugh goes in the middle. Either way, whatever. I don't love her entrance. It needs to be refined a little bit more, but that's fine. We haven't seen her that much on WWE TV. Either way, Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill both look like $1 million. It's open mic night, bitch, stuck with Jade for ages. I love that. Fucking Brandy. So yeah, you get the match starting off. Bianca to start with Asuka. Asuka pretty early on, man, hits an octopus stretch, the octopus submission, where she's not even on the mat and Bianca just powered out of it. So that was pretty good. I liked that Bianca, after she powered out of it, she rushed Asuka and Asuka just dropped toe hold her into the second rope. Like, that looked pretty brutal. I'm used to seeing Rey Mysterio do that to people to set up for the 619, but like this was so fucking fast and it looked nasty. But yeah, it looked pretty great. And then pretty early on, Asuka gets suplexed by Bianca, and I didn't expect Jade to get tagged in this early, but she did. So you've got Jade in the ring, Kairi's in after getting suplexed. Jade hits that black hole momentum fucking backbreaker. Like she hit that on Kyrie where she just catches her, swings her around, drops her on her knee, and then stands up, swings her around, and does it again. So you get like this cool little swinging backbreaker twice in a row. But then she just drops Kyrie and goes to tag back out. I was like, why? Like, Bianca took a little bit of damage getting thrown into the ropes. And Asuka hit her with a couple of strikes. Why wouldn't you just you're dominating Kairi Sane? Why are you tagging out? I don't know, man. Kairi's a friggin' magician. She's smooth in the ring. She really is, dude. Her and Asuka are both smooth as fuck. But yeah, she tags in Bianca. They get a double team slam on Kairi. That's where they both grab a limb and fucking throw her up into the air 10 feet. So that was pretty cool. They showed that on the replay.
It's bullying.
I mean, yeah, it is bullying. So, yeah. And then you get Bianca Belair hits a big shoulder in the corner, but then she goes to hit another one, and I think that's where she hit the corner. And that's where Bianca goes outside. Asuka fucking screams and kicks her in the face. And then Kairi is up top and she's at the top turnbuckle. Bianca's down on the floor, and Kairi, she's got her tongue out like Michael Jordan. She jumps off and just flattens Bianca Belair with a fucking splash. She landed up here on her, on her collarbone. It wasn't even the body where she could catch her. She just flattened her. And to Bianca's credit, she sold the shit out of it too, because she fell flat back and just got smashed by that. Kairi gets... Go ahead.
It's hard to make 78 pounds look like an impactful hit.
But it did. It looked like she totally flattened her. She smashed the fuck out of her. We all know if Bianca Belair wanted to just catch her out of midair, she could have. I don't care if fucking Kairi jumps off the Empire State Building. Bianca Belair can catch her. It's no big deal. But yeah, she ate shit. And I feel like Kairi bit her tongue or something, because she stands up, puts her hands on the railing, and her and Asuka are taunting the crowd, and she's got blood in her mouth. It was a great shot. Somebody screenshot that. I saw it afterwards. It looked fucking amazing. So yeah, she totally squishes Bianca, and then you've got Asuka and Kairi, getting double team strikes, where you get the two of them just beating the shit out of her. They get a 2 count, and then Asuka's just stepping on Bianca Belair's face, which is pretty good. She's just stepping on her face. That was some Eddie Guerrero shit. And after that, Bianca gets a sliding elbow from Kairi, which was pretty good in the corner. She gets the top rope forearm, and then Asuka goes for a splash and misses. Gets hit with a suplex, and Bianca goes for the tag, but Kairi, at this point, Bianca's on all fours, trying to crawl to the corner, recover. And Kairi fucking runs and steps off her back, Jeff Hardy style. And just, again, we see another phenomenal forearm, and we haven't even seen AJ Styles all night. So she just forearms the shit out of Jade Cargill, who was standing on the apron, knocks her off, avoids the tag, which was pretty fucking good. Then you get an Irish whip gets reversed, but Asuka tags herself in. That's where you get the double team where Asuka runs up. She gets Bianca with the code breaker, pulls her into her knees, and Kairi strikes her off of that, and then both of them run off the ropes, and you get Kairi hitting the sliding forearm elbow and Asuka hitting the knee. So that was pretty good. This is what we talked about even before the match started, how Cargill and Bianca are just two main event stars that have just been put on a tag team, whereas Kabuki Warriors also main event quality single stars, but they are a tag team. They have better synergy between the two of them. So, their double team moves are top notch.
they have double team moves. They have
Yeah.
Things that you look for from a team, and setups and all of that. Whereas I think like the only thing that Jade and Bianca did was when they just threw Kyrie
they had
up
the
into the air.
slam, and then they have the other move that we'll talk about. In a moment. Yeah. We'll get to that. So yeah, they had their double team like slam on Kyrie, which whatever. That's like when you're doing the create a player and you're just choosing tag team moves. You're not taking cool stuff like a 3D. You're just taking like, a double hip toss, whatever. So with that, you get the Asuka kick, and then Belair pushes her away. She's up in the corner on top of Kyrie, and I expected Kyrie to just like reach under her legs and grab her hair, but she didn't. But she went under her legs and then pulled her hair. So that was pretty good. And then you get the hot tag to Jade, who springboards over the top rope into a crossbody onto Kyrie and Asuka at the same time. So that was pretty cool. And she hits a big boot, and then she gets both of them in the corner, and she's hitting, they called it the Stinger Splash too. So she's hitting Stinger Splashes on Kyrie and Asuka, each in opposite corners. And then there was like a really sloppy choke slam on Kyrie. But
it looked cool.
Yeah, it looked really cool. It looked like it was just quick and dirty. We talked about it, how it looked almost like the Farouk spine buster, where you pick him up and you've got one hand on the chest slamming him down, only it was the choke slam. So that was pretty fucking cool. Like sometimes when something looks, quick and dirty, it's actually a little bit better. So yeah, she hits that little choke slam. And then that's when Asuka comes in, attacks her, and you get a fucking spinning back fist to the face, dude, from Asuka on Jade Cargill. Then Kyrie hits spinning back fist. They were smacking the shit out of her. So that was pretty good. And I don't know if they rocked her. I didn't think about this till right this moment. Maybe they smacked her on the fucking chin or something and rattled her brain, because that's when Kyrie goes off the ropes.
Well, because they straight stun locked her. It was like a co-op boss fight.
Yeah.
And
so you got
Jade
Kyrie on one
moving.
side, Asuka on the other, and yeah, like Asuka spinning fucking back fist, and she turns into Kyrie spinning back fist, into a fucking elbow strike. So yeah, like you said, she got fucking stun locked, dude. They were using cheese tactics on her, which was great though, because she's such a big fucking powerhouse, and even Bianca Belair is so much bigger, muscular, stronger than them. That like the strikes were the great equalizer. They were hitting the shit out of her. So that's when Kyrie bounces off the ropes, I believe, and Jade goes to catch her, and it almost feels like it was supposed to be like a tilt-a-whirl, but Kyrie was gonna like land in an arm breaker or something. I don't know. Like Jade just collapsed. It looked like a botch, like as fuck. It was like half a move. I don't know who was supposed to be. I need to go back and watch it back, but I don't know who was supposed to come out on top there. But it just looked like Jade's legs buckled. Am I wrong?
And then further adding to the confusion of the situation, for some reason, immediately at this point, the ref doesn't know who's legal anymore for no reason.
Yeah.
Because Jade falls over and it just like, all right, I guess that was a move. And Kyrie goes for a pin. And the ref is like, you can't pin her. You're not legal. Like, fucking what?
Yeah, and I have that in the notes too. Like, wait, what? Like, Kyrie can't cover because she's not legal. The referee says she's not legal, so what are we doing here? So then, I mean, what usually happens there? If you're not the legal one, the referee's like, hey, get out of the ring. You're the legal person.
The ref makes no effort to get Kyrie out of the ring. Asuka is just standing in the corner waiting for a tag. There's no effort to bring her in. Yeah. And then, like, shortly thereafter, a tag does happen, and Asuka gets into the ring, and the match just continues. But, like, as viewers, it was a solid, like, minute after that where we just didn't know what was going on.
Yeah, it was a fucking clusterfuck, man. Like, Kyrie was the legal one in the ring as far as I knew. But the referee's like, no, you're not. Okay. And then the referee just let Kairi keep wrestling. You didn't shoo her out of the ring. You didn't administer like a count. Even the whole situation was really weird. So then Kairi tags in Asuka, and I have in the notes, what is happening? And then again, Jade just falls over, and I'm like, is she hurt? Like, what's going on? Like, Jade just buckled again and fell over. I don't know what the fuck happened.
That wasn't even like a move or anything. She just straight falls over.
Yeah,
right?
she just kind of fell over. So I don't know, like, maybe if we look into it afterwards and like maybe her bell was rung, you know, during the match, maybe one of the strikes actually fucking smacked the shit out of her. I don't know. Like, I don't know what the hell happened there. But Jade falling over twice, Kairi being legal but being told she's not legal by the ref, but then allowed to keep wrestling, and then makes a tag to Asuka. Like, Asuka was already the legal person. That's why you didn't let Kairi cover her. So then if they make the tag, that would make Kairi the legal person. I don't know what the fuck was going on here, dude. Like, things just kind of... The wheels came off the fucking vehicle. I don't know, man. But then Kairi and Asuka both hit arm bars on Bianca and Jade, respectively. And both Jade and Bianca power up out of it, stand up, and both slam Asuka and Kairi dangerously close together, in my opinion. I thought there was a good chance one gets slammed on the other. Asuka holds Bianca for the, like, she gets her in the Dragon Sleeper. Kairi comes back in and hits the insane elbow perfectly, just flawlessly, but Jade breaks it up again. Great fucking tag team move. Oh, and I forgot we were gonna talk about this, the tag team move from Jade and Bianca. They hit that where this happened before this. Sorry, I skipped it. But Jade was holding Kairi in like a wheelbarrow and lifted her, or she held her in a wheelbarrow slam. Bianca ran up, DDT'd her, and as she popped up from the DDT, Bianca was laying on the ground, used her feet to push Kairi as Jade wheelbarrow German suplexed her back. It looked pretty cool. It looked pretty rehearsed. And you said something about, like, it takes up a lot of the ring. Like, Kairi almost hit the fucking ropes. So I don't think it's something we'll see them regularly use.
Well, I think when Bianca did the mule kick thing from the ground to push Kairi up for the suplex that Jade was doing, Jade took like 3 steps backward. And despite how small Kairi is, like, Kairi's head almost hit the ropes behind them. Yeah. But I think if they just figure out positioning, like, 1, Jade, don't take so many steps back. Yeah. And 2, maybe you do it diagonally in the ring, like corner to corner. I think
like in the corner.
Fine, and we see it a lot more. But
yeah, agreed.
Who knows?
But yeah, so then you get the double team. Kairi hits a flawless fucking elbow on Bianca. But Jade breaks it up. She hits Jaded for 2. But then she hit Jaded, I think, on Kairi. And then Kairi was down. Bianca, then Bianca hit the KOD on Asuka on top of Kairi Sane. And they get the pin. So, new champions, new tag team women's champions with a team that doesn't even have a name. What are they gonna call them? The superheroes?
That's what they're already calling them.
Yeah, that's what Michael Cole was trying to drill into our brains. Oh, they look like superheroes. Yeah, I don't know. That's generic. But what do you give this match out of 5, dude?
I think all in all, it wasn't a bad match. It's just the two, like the botch and then just the awkward fall over following the botch. Just really put in a level of confusion that lasted long enough to like grind the end of the match to a halt, as far as I'm concerned. So I would say, like, close to a 4, and then the end knocks it down to like a 3 at best.
Oh, see,
Because
I'm
everybody
going.
in the match was great, and the match overall pretty solid. I don't like the outcome. I don't like the Kabuki Warriors being made to look, weak the way that they were. But I don't know.
For the Kabuki Warriors, I'm giving this match 3 out of 5 stars. For the match overall, I'm going to be mean here. I'm giving it a 2. I don't like the tag team of Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill. I believe that both of them should be pushed as singles superstars. It's just a stupid, wasteful, forced tag team. I know why they're doing it. They're letting Jade get her reps in, what I would consider safely in the ring, with an established, great wrestler who's been around for a bit. But I don't like it. I don't like the story. I think it made Damage Control and Kabuki Warriors look fucking weak as shit. Kairi Sane and Asuka looked fucking gangbusters. It looked fantastic all match. They were hitting their shit. Bianca looked really strong. I thought Jade did some cool stuff. The springboard fucking suplex was cool. The little swinging backbreaker was a little slow, a little sloppy. The choke slam was a little sloppy, but it looked cool. She fucking just fell over twice. And then there was all the weird confusion with the referee where we didn't even know who the fuck was legal in the ring.
So the incident, I've been trying to read while you were going over this, and the first thing I saw, talking about a botch, right, in general, saying that it wasn't Jade's fault. And the botch that they're talking about is like the ref and the pin situation. And like, shut up. Obviously, that's not what anybody's talking about when we're looking for what. Anyway, so the second thing I read was her like falling over twice and all that. Speculation is that Jade might have been concussed in that match. And
see, what did I say? I said she might have got her bell rung.
The ref being, fed whatever communication, hey, pay attention to this, check this, whatever, in his earpiece is probably why he missed what was happening with the tag and caused that, that little snafu. So we'll see how long they hold the belts, because Jade might be concussed.
Okay. Yeah, and if they just put the belts on them and now she's not going to be able to defend for X amount of time because of policies that they have in place and stuff, rightfully so. Like, you want to be safe. I want Jade Cargill to have a long, fucking healthy career in WWE. I think she fits the style of WWE great. She looks like $1 million. Yeah, dude. I just want to have Cargill turn on Belair to set up the one-on-one that everybody wants to see. Yeah, I think Jade Cargill versus Bianca Belair is a way more satisfying use of their talents and athleticism, Mto. They'll have Naomi defend the belt with Belair, I guess. Just stupid. Such a waste, man. So yeah, I'm gonna be a dick and give this match a 2 out of 5.
If they go Freebird style and just throw Naomi in. Did I say Freebird?
Maybe. I don't know. I know what you meant though. Freebird rules. Yeah.
I don't want that at all.
So yeah, I'm giving this one you're going what, 3?
Yeah.
I'm going 2. I'm going low.
I mean,
I have nothing wrong in admitting like I'm biased and I thought Kabuki Warriors should not have dropped the belt. I thought it was a stupid decision. I think that the team of Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair are way overhyped. It's bullshit.
Just at least not like first fucking match, right?
No.
Like,
not at all. I don't like anyone coming in and winning like a belt right away, dude. I'm not a fan of that.
You gotta get your ass beat by the Kabuki Warriors at least once, and then learn things, and then I guess maybe you can beat them the second time.
Yeah, but absolutely.
Damage Control was just drafted as a unit, so I don't imagine they're gonna break them up yet. But nothing is as predictable as you'd like it to be.
Yeah, I definitely don't want Damage Control to break up. I like Kabuki Warriors being with Io Sky and all that shit. Yeah. WWE has no real tag teams to even challenge them. Yeah, I would agree with that. Yeah, it's kind of lame. Okay, so match number 5, the main event, the phenomenal AJ Styles versus the American Nightmare, the Icon, Cody Rhodes. AJ comes out in Judgment Day gear.
Icon.
Yeah. Negro icon, Cody Rhodes. Just because you don't know, I gotta send you some memes. AKA I tapped out and muted my TV. Why, Mto? So, yeah, AJ Styles comes out. Apparently, it's based off of the gear that he wore 21 years ago when he beat Dusty Rhodes. He had, like, the little gray hands and the purple gear. He also was cosplaying Undertaker, but just, like, OG, like, purple boots, purple gloves Undertaker.
Oh, you mean the phenomenal song that they sang the entire match? Okay.
Oh, yeah, the phenomenal. Yeah, so during this match, there's like a whole like song that goes with the when something is phenomenal in France. And apparently everyone has it bred into their DNA because anytime AJ Styles did something, they just started singing this song. I liked it though. I thought it was cool. I like that there was no like full-on heel or face in this match. It was just AJ versus Cody, and I thought it was pretty good. AJ Styles, when he came out, his hair looked luxurious. It's pretty great. Cody Rhodes came out cosplaying Homelander like he always is. Took like 10 minutes for somebody to tell Graves what they were saying. Yeah, who cares what they're saying, man? Like, whatever. The crowd was into it, man. That's what I'm saying. At least they were doing, like, customized things for the wrestlers. I thought it was great. When Cody Rhodes came out, man, everyone was singing his song, by the way. That was fantastic. Oh, that's what I missed in the Randy Orton match, too. The crowd that is made up of a bunch of French people and whatever other countries they came from, you know, in Europe. Everyone was singing in perfect fucking English Randy Orton's theme song. And same thing for Cody Rhodes here. So kudos to the crowd who English is probably not their primary language, but they know the fucking lyrics to their wrestling songs 100%. Did I miss Bane trashing on the female Howard Finkel? No, but I will here in a moment. Don't worry, it's in my notes. I'm not going to shit on her too much, Mto, okay? Because she's not female Howard Finkel. Howard Finkel was never really in the spotlight. He was always in the background. Well, like, you would hear his voice, but the following contest, you hear him, but you don't see the bald little Fink. He's just in the background somewhere. Till, like, later on in his career when he earned it. Earned being the key word. So, yeah, AJ Styles comes out in his Judgment Day Undertaker gear. Cody comes out. Everybody's singing Cody's fucking theme song. Large fucking pops. Paul and I talked about this yesterday, how, like, all of the championship matches, they did kind of like a tail of the tape, 8K zoom in on each of the competitors. But what I don't like is that front and center, being framed dead center in the middle of the ring, like she's fucking JD McDonough putting someone's foot on the ropes, is Samantha Irvin doing her, like, just most fucking extra over the top fucking announcement. Just, she looks like someone's motion capture footage from, like, LA Noire when you're questioning someone and, like, hey, where were you? Oh, I wasn't there. I don't know what you're talking about. It's just like overly animated. She's just way too fucking into it. I don't like it. It takes me out of it. I don't like her as an announcer. I'm sure as a person, she's super fucking nice, but it's so over the fucking top. I hate her as a ring announcer. That's just the way I feel. And I don't feel like as a ring announcer, you should be showcased in the middle of the fucking ring when we should be focused on the competitors.
Now that side of it isn't like, because you know, I don't think she deserves all the hate that you're giving her. But if you don't like her, you don't like her, and like that is what it is. So you're gonna talk about it. But yeah, her being showcased, her being like center frame for all of that is obviously not her fault. That's like a directorial choice. But like, yeah, I don't know that needs to be happening. And just because we also just finally finished AEW Dynasty, like the same situation in the same match, the big title match at the end of the show, when they have Justin Roberts come out, they announce him, he comes into the ring, the camera's on him, he's looking all fancy, but when he is talking, the camera is on the people he's talking about. It is not on him. And that makes sense. I feel like that is probably the way this should be done.
I agree. It's not about you, Samantha Irvin. No one fucking went to a WWE event.
Don't call her out by name, though. She's not controlling the camera.
It's not about you, Samantha. It's not about you. You're not the center of attention. People didn't buy a ticket to see you, ring announcer. Take a step back. Know your fucking role. You go back in the fucking corner and announce a fucking match. Paul's like, I'm uncomfortable. You're just calling her out way too much. Anyways, so yeah, I'm sure she's very nice. And I have nothing against her as a person. I just prefer other announcers. I miss Lillian Garcia. That's it. Justin Roberts is fine.
Can you miss somebody that's worked in like the last 10 years?
Yeah, I can. Absolutely. So.
Okay, who?
What?
Lillian Garcia's been gone like 10 years.
I know, but I think she did a better job. That's all I'm saying.
Sure, but let your memories die and learn new things.
Wow, let the past die, kill it if you have to. Thanks, fucking Last Jedi. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. Wrestling is built on nostalgia, I'll have you fucking know. Anyways, so the match starts. They get like a really long collar and elbow lockup. Yeah, like so long that they push each other into the ropes and they have to get separated. The phenomenal song just keeps getting sung, dude. Anytime AJ Styles like moves, he gets his theme song sung. It's powering him up the whole match, dude. You get head scissors by AJ Styles on Cody. Cody does a little kip up out of it. Then you get AJ getting a headlock into a takedown on Cody. Cody head scissors AJ out of that. AJ gets a little kip up. So, you know, they get their little reversals in. They're even. You get Cody pushing AJ into the corner, chops him, crowd woos. AJ gets pissed off, grabs him, throws him in the corner, chops him. Cody fucking grabs him, throws him into the corner, chops him. Like, it was just like the little reversals was pretty good. It was woo, reversal, woo, reversal. Cody eventually gets the upper hand, and then he does a fucking cartwheel into the Stardust taunt, which was really weird. And like AJ Styles was so enraged by it. I don't know why. Like I don't know what's going on there.
I have to imagine it's just the like when Cody hates Stardust. So when somebody does something that they hate just to like tease or instigate you, I feel like it's that much more impactful against you.
Yeah, Cody's like, I'm gonna hurt myself and my mental well-being just to inflict this taunt on you. Sure, that works. But either way, it was funny. Cody hits a big standing stalling suplex into a gourd buster, throws AJ just right onto his fucking face. Cody gets grabbed and rammed into the corner. You get AJ grabbing the arm and DDTing it, and then he does like a regal arm wrench into the ground. So I guess that's the story we're telling here. AJ is going to work the arm for some reason. I don't really get the logic there, but that's what's happening. Then you get hammerlock onto Cody from AJ Styles. Cody just kind of punches his way out of it. He runs to the ropes, and AJ immediately follows him into the ropes and just kitchen sinks him, just knees him right to the fucking gut. So that was pretty good. Then you get an enziguri from AJ to Cody. AJ rushes in, and Cody pushes him face first, like into the fucking second rope turnbuckle. That was pretty good. AJ immediately rolls out of the ring because, you know, he's hurt. My face. And then Cody goes to bounce off the ropes, and AJ reversals that. I think he just like forearmed him, right? He was going to go through the ropes, and he's like, nah. What?
I'm just somebody should make a whatever, a reaction of you just saying that's pretty good, because it's been the main way you've described things like this whole conversation, and that was pretty good.
Yeah, it was pretty
and then
solid.
So and so did a suplex, and that was pretty good.
Oh, my bad. I didn't even realize that. My bad. So sorry. I apologize for that. I'm not going to say it anymore the rest of the time. Pretty solid. So yeah, the reversal. He eats a fucking forearm. And then we get Cody getting, like, it fucking kicks up a notch, like, pretty quickly, where he slams Cody into the announcer's table. So that was cool. And you've got AJ Styles clearing off the announcer table, fucking still full of rage from the Stardust taunt. Cody runs AJ into the stairs. Then Cody's back in the ring on the turnbuckle, and off of the apron pulls AJ up for a stalling superplex. AJ drops out, and then Cody holds his back. So I missed what happened. You said something went on here where Cody basically just like deadlifted AJ off of the apron into a stalling suplex, and then AJ just dropped out of it, but Cody was like holding his back, like he had a spasm, or AJ hit him or something. I don't know what was going on there.
It was like a stalling suplex, and it looked like it was like just as Cody was gonna like fall back and like actually deliver the suplex, instead AJ got out of it and jumped down, and then instead of like pushing Cody off of the turnbuckle or something, Cody just kind of fell off the turnbuckle, like he still delivered the suplex, but like then had like sold it like a back spasm when he hit the ground, and he was in pain for like a minute. It looked really bad, and then it wasn't a thing the rest of the match. Yeah,
that's exactly how I took it. Like I was like, did he legit pull something in his back? Is this part of the storytelling that's going on here? He was selling the back pretty fucking hard, and that's what I instantly thought of, was like a back spasm or something like that. It was really strange, but yeah. Then you've got AJ. He picks up Cody for a pretty nasty electric chair drop, but instead of just getting him on his shoulders and dropping back where both guys drop, like AJ just walked forward and dumped him backwards. It looked pretty fucking smooth. I liked it.
It was like a jackknife electric chair drop.
Yeah, it was pretty fucked up, because the electric chair drop to me is usually pretty fucking lame looking most of the times. So AJ goes to hit a lion salt off the ropes, and Cody gets his knees up, reversals pretty emphatically. Then Cody hits some quick moves and a power slam. I think that's where he gets like the little fucking uppercut power slam. Goes for the disaster kick into a 2 count. And I made a note here where it wasn't a really clean disaster kick. It was like that foot push where he did the springboard off the ropes. I'm not a huge fan of the disaster kick anyways, but whatever.
Like I like it because the setup for it is exactly the same as the Cody cutter. So you as the viewer and the opponent as the opponent don't know which one he's going to do.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Or like when you're creating a wrestler in a game, you're like, well, I want to have special moves both in this same area. If that makes sense. So yeah. AJ, Cody goes for a second disaster kick. AJ reversals it. Into it, like, what the fuck? He stopped it into like, he just like kind of dropped him. And then that's where he picked him up for a Death Valley driver, but it was a neck breaker. So he gets him for the DVD and just like fucking just right on the knee. That was pretty fucking sweet too. I almost kind of wish he would have done something to the back again though.
I don't know, like if in the world of the back may have been a real injury, I think we were avoiding doing things to it.
Oh, that makes sense too. Yeah, if he like actually fucking hurt himself. Yeah, his reaction was fucking crazy. It was like somebody stabbed him in the back. He was like, yeah, it was like he was on fire. He was freaking the fuck out. So yeah, not that I want anybody to really be hurt, but I was like, what the fuck just happened? So Cody goes and moves while AJ's rushing him. He hits the corner turnbuckle, and then Cody grabs him, hits a bulldog off of that. They both end up on the apron because AJ goes to roll out after the bulldog. That's when AJ hits a rolling brain buster on the hardest part of the ring.
It's the apron. That's the edge right out, like the outside of the ropes, but
Yeah.
where the ring is still there.
Yeah.
Where the turnbuckles connect to.
Yeah.
That's called the apron, and it's the hardest part of the ring.
Yeah, I know. It's the hardest part of the ring. Because we have to mention it when a move happens there every fucking time. So yeah, the brainbuster looked pretty good. Then AJ goes to do like a running knee to the head from the apron while Cody's down on the ground. And Cody just catches him into a power bomb, just turns and drops him into like through the table. That was fucking awesome. I like that. Mm-hmm. That was cool. Count to 10 starts. Both guys get in right at 9. At this point, they're pretty fucking exhausted, both from the physicality of the match and the all of the constant crowd cheering. I just learned an interesting bit of trivia. Did you know that the apron is the hardest part of the ring? Yeah. That's why we just talked about it. I forget it every day, though, Construct, so I'm glad that ring announcers remind me every time I see a move happen there.
Yeah, anytime you see a move happen there, point out to anybody within earshot that move is particularly effective because it was done on the hardest part of the ring.
Absolutely.
That way they will know, and they'll be able to tell their friends and family and strangers.
Yeah, if you meet someone new, anytime, doesn't matter where they're at, Construct, just be like, hey, did you know that in professional wrestling, the apron is the hardest part of the ring? That could be like your little factoid, instead of bringing up like Pluto and if it's a planet or not. There you go.
Like during a job interview, if somebody asks where you see yourself in 5 years, 10 years, you can draw a wrestling ring and you can point to the ring apron and let them know that that is the hardest part of the ring and that you do not see yourself receiving a move on that because
Nowhere
it's the
near
hardest
there.
part of the ring.
Yeah, you don't want to be anywhere near the hardest part of the ring.
So definitively 5 years from now, I will not be here.
Yeah, absolutely.
And to answer your question, sir or ma'am.
Yeah, and you will be hired because they'll be like, this guy's smart.
He
Stays
knows it
away
all.
from the hardest part of the ring.
Zero liabilities because they know how to handle themselves.
Yeah. So then at this point, AJ Styles and Cody Rhodes both get in the ring. They clothesline each other. You get yay, boo chants with each of the punches. They both go for like a big boot kick to one another and just knock each other out, which is pretty great. But then they both Super Saiyan power up and just start fucking brawling, man. Cody ends up winning the exchange with the snap jab, Dusty Road crotch thrust, bionic elbow combo. Goes for a pin and AJ kicks out. AJ goes for a fucking tombstone and then it gets reversed by Cody, so then he's holding AJ in a tombstone and I'm like, ooh man, are we gonna see a tombstone from either one of these guys? But AJ just drops out of the fucking tombstone. Then you get an AJ belly to belly, like release belly to belly into the fucking corner. AJ then hits a 450, a springboard 450 splash. And instead of going for the pin, like he does the 450 splash, I think he went for a pin here. And they talked about how AJ Styles has won so many matches with this 450 splash.
Yeah, it's like it's barely a signature.
Yeah. And we both like question like who the fuck's he beating with this 450 splash, but whatever. But then I put big fucking like italics and parentheses on this. Fucking capitals, caps lock was on. AJ hits a fucking burning hammer, which for anybody who doesn't know what that is, it's a reverse Death Valley driver. Kenta Kobashi used it in Japan. It was his ultimate finishing move. He only used it a handful of times and had 100% effectiveness for getting him the win and the pin. And AJ Styles hits Cody Rhodes with this legendary fucking move, and then Cody kicks out at 1. He just, I don't want to call it hulking up. Like, what do we call it?
Coding up.
I hate that. He freedoms up.
Hitting the roads. Cody hits the roads.
Yeah, he roids up. I don't know. Either way, he gets up at 1. He fucking rages.
Cody gets the roads rage.
Yeah, there you go. He rages, and kicks out at 1. Hits a Cody cutter for 2. Goes for crossroads. AJ spins out of it. Hits the Pele kick for the counter. Then AJ goes for the phenomenal forearm, but Cody hits a little side kick to counter. Then Cody gets Kimura on AJ, and they talk about how Cody had his arm broken by this or whatever, or injured. AJ just powers up out of the Kimura, picks up Cody off the ground, but Cody reversals out of that. Hits a huge Cody cutter from the top right. He runs up the corner and hits
I'm pretty sure that AJ slams him into the ground out of that. Like, that's how he gets out of that. And then...
Yeah, he did.
That just evolves into...
Well, he slams him out of it, so that breaks up the submission. But then, like, while AJ's kind of shaking it off, that's when Cody, like, runs up the corner and jumps off, and it's a super fucking Cody cutter, which I thought looked great. Jumping backwards off the top rope, I thought it looked pretty fucking sweet. And then picks up AJ, hits him with the crossroads, just 1, which honestly, I'm fine with that. He just ate a super Cody cutter. And
also
gets 3 count.
We talked about this, before when we were talking about WrestleMania and all that. Like, the triple crossroads is cool because you can lock it in, you can do it, but like, if you can't win a match with 1 crossroads, if it needs the triple, then the crossroads is a shitty finisher.
Yeah, I agree with that. It shouldn't be turned into the 3 Amigos.
Yeah. There needs to be an impact, and even the 3 Amigos wasn't a finisher. That was just a signature.
No, it's a signature. That's what I'm saying.
Right?
Like, it shouldn't be a fucking signature. It's a finishing move.
Yeah. You need to be able to finish matches with 1 so that the 3 is that much more impactful. Yeah. Not like, oh, well, he didn't do 3, so he's not going to get the pin.
Yeah, I agree with that. What's your least attractive quality? That I always do moves on the apron, the hardest part of the ring.
That, I would say, honestly, that's your most attractive quality, because it shows that you're always just taking care of business.
Yeah, absolutely. TCB.
You're in it to win it.
Yeah. So for Cody Rhodes' first belt defense for his championship, what do you give this match out of 5 stars?
So, like, it's hard because, like, I haven't been impressed by AJ just in a while, but I think this was a
this was
solid
only a 5
match.
Match pay-per-view. Yeah. Sorry, go ahead, Paul.
I think this was a solid match. Really, like, no major complaints. Cody won, obviously, but also, like, cool. Where do we go from here? What's the next? Like, just the evolution and continuation of the story until we get to another big thing is, like, what's interesting. I looked up SummerSlam. SummerSlam's, like, early August. So it's early May now. That's a long time away for the next, like, potential big thing to happen. But all in all, like, I don't really have any complaints. I just, like, I want to give this, like, a 4, but, like, a weird low 4.
I thought it was a solid match. We both complain about how AJ Styles has never had, like, and I say never. There might be one match someone will point to, like, no, this match AJ was good. But every big match I've seen AJ Styles in his WWE run, it's nowhere near as good as, like, his TNA shit, right? He's still, I feel like, just I don't know, man, spinning his wheels in WWE and just maybe he's unable to do what he used to be able to do. But I feel like if AJ Styles went to like AEW or if he was in New Japan and he had like a fucking match with Will Ospreay, it would blow the roof off the joint. That's what I feel in my heart of hearts.
Even that was like, I think we're past that point. I think AJ finally realized that about himself, right? And that's why he's kind of bulking up now and shifting styles. So like maybe in a different way, he will be cool and unique again moving forward now. But I think just, the AJ that we remember when we, specifically us, not like the world, but when we were first introduced to AJ in like TNA era 10, 15 years ago, whatever, I just like that guy's gone. That guy's not, we're not going to see that from this guy anymore. So whatever he does moving forward, just gotta hope that it's cool and fun, like a party.
Overall though,
cool and fun.
I would agree with you. Like I thought it was a 4-star match as well. I'm not gonna like do a 3.75 or anything, but I would kind of agree with you. It was like a low 4-star. The crowd was super into it. I thought there was pretty good pace the whole time. I wasn't mad at it. I thought it was a solid match. I thought it was a great match, but still not like an absolute fucking banger match of the year candidate. But it was pretty solid. What do you give the pay-per-view overall?
Probably a 4, but I think a big chunk of that like was the crowd. Like maybe realistically a 3.5, but the crowd bumped it up half a point.
Okay,
because they were like, the crowd was a spectacle.
Yeah, the crowd, and for some people that'll work for some people that'll work against. But I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna, even in spite of the crowd being what I thought was awesome, I'm gonna give it a 3.5. Overall, I thought like everything was pretty fucking solid, but I'm gonna go 3.5.
It's also like interesting to note how many big names like LA Knight didn't have a match here. Logan Paul didn't even show up, and just so much of the talent wasn't here, presumably because it was an overseas event and they didn't want to send more than they absolutely had to. And the fact that it was just shy of 3 hours, but it was still a more or less 3-hour event that only had 5 matches. Like, for being a very bare bones event, it didn't feel bare bones until you go back and think about it,
No, it was solid.
So I wouldn't hold that against them, but it definitely was a bare bones event.
Yeah, I agree with that, and also what Emto said, that he was stunned it was only a 5-match pay-per-view. I agree with that. But actually I preferred it. Like that doesn't, I'm not gonna give it a negative because of that. I like, keep it tight, trim the fat. 5 matches, all of them are pretty solid, and even the one that I didn't love, which was Kabuki Warriors, was only because 1, I'm biased, 2, all the sloppiness with the ref and Jade, being fucking falling over and shit like that. But that may not even be totally her fault, because maybe she was concussed or something. I'm used to the 12-match Bloatfest Tony Khan gives us every pay-per-view. I mean, you say that like it's a bad thing, Emto, but Paul and I, fucking cards on the table, we went and watched the last 3 matches of Dynasty because we didn't finish watching All Elite Wrestling's last pay-per-view, and then I was busy and shit like that. So we went and watched the last 3 matches, which was the tag team match. Oh, well, first off, Will Ospreay and Bryan Danielson in an
Daniel
absolute...
Bryanson.
Yeah, Daniel Bryanson. Absolute fucking instant classic. Like a wrestling fans fucking wrestling match. One of the fucking best matches I've seen. Then you've got a phenomenal tag team match, a phenomenal ladder tag team match between the Young Bucks and FTR, especially when I'm comparing it to the ladder match we just saw at WrestleMania. And I thought that ladder match was one of the weaker matches at WrestleMania, which was a solid fucking event. But that tag team match, fantastic. And then you got Swerve versus Samoa Joe. Again, fantastic. Absolute banger of a fucking match. So,
and like that,
those 3 matches, just bam, bam, bam.
The Swerve Joe match is like, everybody's got a bias, right? But like for me, that match is crazy because I don't remember the last time where it's like two dudes that I just love. I don't even
Yeah.
care who wins because
Yeah.
I love both of these guys. It's the main event. It's for the biggest title on the show. Like, it's just like set up to be the perfect match for me as long as the match is good. And guess what? It was.
Yeah, real good. Real good. Great storytelling. Two fucking, total fucking professionals. Did a great job. Wasn't mad about it. Actual match time only totaled around 96 minutes. Oh, for Backlash? Okay.
So what was the rest then? Just all of the prelude, like, build up to each match?
I guess, but even that, I felt like there wasn't a lot of that because we were watching it
either.
even with commercials. and
Commercials,
shit.
right? So
Yeah,
that was weird.
I agree.
For it to barely be over an hour and a half of like actual like original for
Entrances?
the event
Well, yeah,
content.
that was one thing that I did complain about MTO was the Yeet entrance that took way too long. So,
Even
yeah.
that though, like that's the only one that really took. I mean, yeah, whatever. It doesn't matter.
I mean,
We'll
Cody
never-
Rhodes'
we'll never
entrance is
figure it
pretty
out.
fucking long too. AJ Styles wasn't terribly short because of all the singing. To be fair, I got the times from Yahoo Sports, so yeah, whatever.
And just like when I think about a long entrance, I'm always gonna think about Undertaker. Like
Oh, instead of long, yeah, I mean Undertaker has a 20-minute
like,
entrance.
8 to 10 plus minutes of him, like the first time the gong goes off to him standing in the ring, and then the other guy still has to come out.
Yeah, absolutely. But overall, I thought it was an above-average pay-per-view. I disagree with Zen Carla that said that it was meh in the Discord. I thought it was a pretty solid pay-per-view. And I'm a known WWE hater, apparently. But yeah, I thought it was good.